This is Scrapbook Boxing, Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. We're going to take a look at two of the most dynamic welterweight championship matches that ever took place in the entire history of the game. 1955, June 10th, and November 30th, Syracuse, New York. You had Tony DeMarco versus Carmen Basilio. Fantastic fights of that time. And in order to get that fight in perspective, I'm going to recite a couple of fights to you that will identify that type of fight that we're going to be talking about. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, Thomas Hitman Hearns. Diego Corrales, Luis Castillo. Boza Edwards, Bobby Chacon. Bazooka Limon, and Bobby Chacon. Boom Boom Mancini, Freitas. Roberto Duran, Davey Moore. Kid Gavilan, and Gil Turner. Bob Montgomery, Ike Williams. Carlos Ortiz, Lynn Mathis. Tony Zale, Rocky Graziano. Irish Mickey Ward, Arturo Gatti. Sam McVeigh, Joe Jeanette. Just to name a few of some of the most greatest fights in the entire history of the game. This was one of them. Tony DeMarco, Carmen Basilio. I want to go through that fight, but I want to go through it with you right here on the Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. Carmen Basilio, the upstate onion farmer. Born April 2nd, 1927 in Canastota, New York. He stood 5 foot 6.5 inches and weighed 143 to 155 pounds. Now, Carmen Basilio was managed by Johnny the John and Joe Nito. He was trained by the infamous Angelo Dundee and mobster Al Savani. He joined the high school just to join the boxing team. Carmen Basilio defeated Johnny Saxton to win a welterweight championship, and Sugar Ray Robinson to win a middleweight championship. Now, he would defeat great fighters such as Sugar Ray Robinson, Lou Jenkins, Ike Williams, Billy Graham, Johnny Saxton, Don Jordan, Gil Turner, Art Aragon, Tony DeMarco, Vic Caldwell, Eddie Garcia, Pierre Longloss, and Carmine Flory, just to name a few. These were fantastic fighters that Carmen Basilio was in the ring with. He earned the Ring Boxing Hall of Fame in 1969, the World Boxing Hall of Fame in 1982, and the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 1990. He even received the Marine Corps Medal of Honor in 2002. 1955, June 10th, Tony DeMarco, Carmen Basilio. Fantastic fights. Tony DeMarco, the Boston Bomber. Born January 14th, 1932 in Boston, Massachusetts. Now, Tony DeMarco stood 5 foot 5.5 inches and weighed 132 to 150 pounds. DeMarco was an Italian 1950s version of the Irish Mickey Ward of today. He was an aggressive two-fisted fighter. Never took a backward step. His wars with Carmen Basilio is a thing to behold. He never stopped coming. Now, March 1st, Tony DeMarco would announce his retirement. February 11th, he would have a 10-round draw with Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter would be lightweight champion of the world. April 1st, he had 14-round KO of Johnny Saxton. He would win the welterweight championship of the world. Now, he fought great fighters such as Johnny Saxton, Wallace Bud Smith, Patty DeMarco, Arthur Presley, Vince Martinez, Stefan Radel, Casper Ortega, Carlos Chavez, Terry Young, Chico Vidar, Jackie O'Brien, Teddy Red Top Davis, George Moreau, Kid Murray, Larry Griffin. Now, Tony DeMarco was known as a slugger in Boston. And I read a list of names of fighters who were Hall of Famers and champions themselves. They would all say this was the toughest fight they ever fought. Now, Tony DeMarco didn't have the strongest punching power, but he was very aggressive, tenacious, never stopped coming. And the most logical opponent that you can put him in there with would be Carmen Basilio. And that they did. These two guys were placed on June and November 1955. And Tony DeMarco was knocked out 2 seconds difference between the first fight and the second fight. It was a back and forth. You knock me down, I knock you down. Fascinating fight. A fight that I'll never forget. Both men didn't like each other. Carmen Basilio just kept believing that he was being screwed over by the boxing establishment. He had his fights with Johnny Saxton, Kid Gavilan, and never got the opportunity to have his hands raised as victor in those fights. He would take it out on Tony DeMarco. But Tony DeMarco would take it out on Carmen Basilio. Two fascinating welterweights in the ring at the same time. Best fighting the best. And they gave us a reason to talk about them today. Shout out to Carmen Basilio and Tony DeMarco. Two fascinating welterweights gave us two thrills in Syracuse, New York, 1955. World would never forget. Salute to these great fighters. Scrapbook Boxing, Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. Thanks for hanging there with me. Both fighters are entered in my Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. Great fights and great fighters are never forgotten on my channel.